Hi guys, so I wanted to do an update on Phillip Paulwell's baby mother and child that went missing, and I'm going to source this information from Jamaica Observer. So let's get into it because the plot definitely thickens. So it says less than 24 hours after veteran parliamentarian Phillip Paulwell reported that his 10-month-old daughter and her mother had gone missing, his partner entered the fray, denying she had anything to do with the suspected abduction. And if you guys watch my first video, it was said that she was the one that called the baby mother out to meet with her or under the guise that it was her. So it's come to fruition that it actually wasn't her. It says hours later, a social media post claiming to be from the woman who the police identified as 27-year-old Tashana Patterson said she and little Soraya Paulwell were not missing. However, up to press time, the police were still reporting the two as missing, while Jamaica Observer sources claim the post was fake. The saga surrounding Paulwell, the Member of Parliament for Kingston East and Port Royal, started to deepen on Saturday morning when his partner of several years, Leoda Bradshaw, issued a statement in which she denied having anything to do with the disappearance of Patterson and the baby girl. The only interaction I have ever had with Miss Patterson is through a brief Facebook exchange, said Bradshaw in the statement. I have never spoken to her by phone, nor have I had any arrangements to meet with her. Any such report in social media are lies and will be passed on to my lawyer for action to be taken in the days ahead, said Bradshaw, who is an attorney based in the United States. I have shared all information I have with the authorities and hope their investigation will lead to the safe return of Miss Patterson and her baby girl, added Bradshaw. She later told the Observer in a telephone interview that claims Patterson received a call from someone purporting to be her saying they wanted to meet the baby should be investigated. I have never spoken to this young lady. We have never met. However, do you pick up yourself and why would you meet with a stranger you don't know? Added Bradshaw, as she noted that reports were that Patterson was picked up in a gold van by a male driver who was wearing dark shades. Why did you mention my name? My information was not public knowledge, added Bradshaw. In outlining the sequence of events surrounding Paulwell, who sits on the opposition benches in Parliament, Bradshaw said in May their 8-year-old daughter was sent sexually explicit photos, which were later followed by email threats and extortion attempts. She said that the matter was reported to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and the Broward County Sheriff's Department Internet Crimes Against Children in the U.S. They later reported the matter to the Jamaican authorities. The threats against our child continue for months as the authorities investigated, said Bradshaw. She added that on Sunday, September 3, an email was sent out making threats that personal information on Paulwell would be released to the public. They also made damning threats against our child, said Bradshaw. According to Bradshaw, on Tuesday, September 5th, she received an email from an address which is being withheld by the Observer indicating that Patterson had a child with Paulwell. I spoke to Philip and he confirmed that he had a brief relationship with Miss Patterson and it is possible that the child was his, but he was not certain as a DNA test had not yet been done, said Bradshaw. The baby is 10-month old. The baby name is Soraya Paulwell, so obviously he put his name on the birth certificate. And then for him to say he's not sure and the relationship was brief, if that was the case, then he wouldn't have put his name on the birth certificate and he would have done a DNA test if it was his priority. The baby is 10 months old. She's about to be a year old. If it was his priority and he wanted to clarify if it was his baby or not, he would have done so. And this is also why I think DNA testing need to be done at birth in Jamaica, because we're too much jacket be flinging. But anyways, it says this was the first time I was hearing about Miss Patterson and the child, added Bradshaw. She said she sent Patterson a message on Facebook Messenger advising her that Paulwell had opened up to her about their involvement and the possibility that the child was his. I advised her that Philip and I would ensure that the child is taken care of financially and a DNA test would be done to ensure that Philip was the father of the child. As can be seen from my exchanges with Miss Patterson, there was no anger, but just genuine wish to see that an innocent child is taken care of and not caught up between two parents no longer in a relationship, said Bradshaw. So he was not in a relationship with her, but had a baby with her while you live in the United States of America with a 8-year-old daughter, and you're mad at the cousin for telling the public that Mr. Philip Paulwell is no longer with his wife, Karen or Karen. He's with you now. Why don't you want anyone to know that you are his partner, you are the person he has been with, and you guys also have an 8-year-old? That's kind of weird to me, in my opinion. But that's neither here nor there. We'll continue to work with the local and US authorities to get to the bottom of the threats against my family, in particular our young daughter. I will continue to pray for the safe return of Miss Patterson and her baby and ask anyone with information to contact the police. I woke up this morning and the leading story today is that a $500,000 reward is being offered for information that could lead to the safe return of opposition lawmaker Phillip Paulwell 10-month-old daughter Soraya and her mother 27-year-old Tashiana Patterson, who was reported missing on Saturday. So they're offering $500,000 to get information. The fact that he has been threatened, and your daughter have been threatened, and you guys have involved the local authorities, says a lot. I would love to know, and this is my opinion, I would love to know why people are just on him, trying to scam him and make threats to him, because that's weird, especially for a politician in Jamaica. Yes, they'll get threats, yes, but this is to the extreme. This is one politician that I've never seen this before. Let me just say that. I've never seen scammers and threats and all this stuff happen to any other politician to this degree, to this severity before. So I'm just wondering what is this stemming from? Because this is weird. But she look like she's in the business of suing people because people found out that the man she's supposedly with is a womanizer and a gallus in politics in Jamaica. So you sleep with dogs, you get fleas. And one thing with Jamaican women, whether that be a yard or abroad, they have no problem victim blaming. For the life of me, I can't understand why your first thing out your mouth was, why would Patterson go meet with a stranger? You're taking the same penis that I am. We have a child by the same man. That means our children are half siblings. The adult thing to do is to make sure the siblings are in each other's life, and we as grown women put differences aside and make sure that they know each other and they're in contact with each other. So that's why she would go meet a complete stranger. Not only that, she's had a conversation with you on Facebook. So she may have felt like you're not that of a real stranger because you guys talked on Facebook. You seem not angry. So she wouldn't have any reason to believe that something would happen to her. She seems to be, and this is my opinion, she seems to be more mad at the Patterson's cousin for telling people that it was her name that got called that draw Patterson outside to be taken away than the actual fact that Patterson and the baby is missing, which is very weird to what it is. When you are a public servant and you serve Jamaican people, all your business is public knowledge. And whether you want to keep it private or not, Jamaican people have a right to know how these people that are supposed to be making laws, rules, and regulations for regular citizens are living their life, and if they're following the rules, laws, and regulations that they put into place for regular citizens to abide by and follow. But that's neither here nor there. With that being said, I'm going to end this video and say Soraya and Patterson have been missing for 3 days now. And for the years, 7 years that I've been doing YouTube, no one that ever goes missing in Jamaica for more than, let me see, about 3 to 4 days have ever come back alive. And I know it's sad to say, but it's the truth. And I'm sorry to all her friends, family, and Mr. Paulwell, but this doesn't seem like it's going to end well. With that being said, I'm going to end this video here and I'll keep you guys updated. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments in the comment section below. And I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.